Hello everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to Al-Andalus, or Iberia, or better said, the Abadid Sultanate, on Crusader Kings 3. Well, it's been a little bit. It's been just over a week since the last time I put one of these out, and honestly, since the last time I recorded CK3, at least this save, obviously. The kind of review, first look episode on the 1.3 patch update, as well as the Northern Lords Flavor Pack came out, and that is the reason why I actually didn't record another one of these for last week. It was very Imperator Rome heavy. That's okay, that series had to catch up a little bit in episode count. But it was also, there were a lot of new things from the patch update and from the flavor pack, which Paradox was kind enough to send me, that it would have flown into the game here. And obviously I could not, I was under obligation to not divulge that type of information earlier than the game update really came out. And so to not risk any of you eagle-eyed viewers spotting something major, I decided, you know what, we're just going to hit pause for, well, it was a week. No big deal. But we are now back here and back to our strategy that we discussed before of, essentially leaving Castile be Castile to a degree. Maybe just gobbling up Navarra and then invading southern France. The only really Muslim nations we still have to deal with here are the annoying Amorids, where if we look at the declaration, we're just not there in terms of piety or anything else. And obviously I'm not going to use that for a county. We just cannot do anything there. The Hudids, if we look there, offering vassalage, we are still a bit off, minus 19. We're working on improving the opinion of us. The bigger issue there is we're not the rightful liege. That's the issue we're dealing with there. Now, if we look at our own diplomacy here, we have a truce. This is the big one with Navarra, so we can't really do much there. Castile, on the other hand, if we go into a war with them, they are in a truce with basically everybody here. So there's not much we could do. There is allied with Navarra and allied with the HRE. Now, the HRE at this point is close enough that they could come into it. Let's actually unpause the game, slow down the speed a little bit. We have a dynasty legacy that we can go down. And let's see here. Warfare or law. So we can go down Faithful Magistrates. This is title creation cost minus 20%. Then we can go here. Our building and holding cost go down. Stewardship, lifestyle experience goes up. Delegated authority gives us power vassal opinion. Vassal contracts as far as levies and taxes go up. And then finally, our domain limit goes up and control territory defender advantage +5. Generational belligerence, so the pursuit efficiency goes up by 15%, retreat losses down by 15%, Casus Belli cost down by 20%. This is kind of the way I want to. Guile, there are quite a few here we could go around this one. This is a dread gain plus 20%, natural dread plus 15%. Given that our ruler right now is definitely along the lines of someone who likes intrigue, I personally believe intrigue is the way to go. This is the decision that he would make for his dynasty. So we're not metagaming this, we are role-playing this, and he is that guy. I mean, if we look at him, if we look at Abad II, I mean, everything points to intrigue. I mean, that's where he is. I mean, novice hunter, he's rakish. He's a torturer, a murderer, a one-legged, flamboyant trickster. So that is what we're going to go down. We're going to unlock that. I wonder if that has now changed this. It's helped it a little bit. Obviously, the terrified and dread and all that kind of goes into that, so it's definitely helped a little bit, but we still have a ways to go there. Now we can invest money, or we can look at Languedoc. Let's see, they are allied to Toulouse and the Champagne, but we do not have a casus belli against them, do we? Let's see this. What can we declare war for here? Holy wars or straight up duchy conquests? Holy war for the duchy. We are basically missing the piety for these. We can do a county by county, but that's just not my thing. We're not quite there yet. I mean, we can do the holy war. Holy war for a duchy. We need 200 piety, and then we can declare a war on them. Aquitaine is going to be a harder nut to crack because they have significantly larger army. Their allies are Castile, so this could pull Castile into a war and weaken them, but knocking out one of the major Castilian allies in Aquitaine without poking the HRE bear, well, that would just be fantastic. Holy war for a duchy would give us, territory down here, but we really need the whole kingdom. And only 750 piety needed there, so we're a little bit a ways off from that. Let's see. We designate a guardian for Farah. Okay. Farah, let's see. Intrigue. Well, intrigue. That's going to be me. I will be yours. Your guardian. Titles that can be created. Can create a ton of kingdom titles, as well as a few duchy titles. So we could go down that route. Equally, we can look at making some investments here in Cordoba. Let's see. We can, of course, go down and make a duchy building. And we can do the siege work. Siege works are huge because siege weapon effectiveness goes plus 20%. Siege weapon toughness plus 2. And fort level plus 1. This is what we will be constructing. Level 2 is trebuchet engineers, and then level 3 is cannon foundries. So we will construct siege works. It's going to take 4 years to get there. That costs us a ton of money, but that's okay. We will hit unpause and see, as far as decisions go, if there's anything we can do that will help us in terms of our piety, and it's not looking like a pilgrimage in 1159, so we're still a few years away from being able to go on a, well, we don't have the money for Hajj, but a pilgrimage a few years away. We have a daughter, Shakira. We are now reputable, working towards well-known, cradled by sickness. All babies cry, but with little Shakira, there's no end to the tears. I desperately want the midwife to ease my worries, but her furrowed brow makes everything worse. The little lady is not gaining weight, as she should. You will take good care of her, my lord, but in the end, her life is in Allah's hand. Well, we are still currently fabricating a claim here on Mallorca, just because I don't really want to have to use piety to gain that. We've got plenty of prestige that we can throw into a war. But other than that, the only other thing we could go down here is into the Maghreb. One of our counselors has died, so we need a new steward. Well, we could... Oh, God, everybody who's a semi-decent steward really doesn't like us. I don't really like putting a steward in control of the finances who hates us quite this much. So he's a title claimant, wants seat on the council. So if we give him a seat on the council, that'll already take care of that. Doesn't like the High Crown Authority. No alliance as powerful clan vassal. Oh, and he attempted to murder me. So there is that. This guy here is kind of ambiguous. He's got lover's pox, intricate web weaver. We can't recruit him to court because we don't have the money. Well, then he's our spy master, but I really like him as a spy master. We just don't have any good ones here. Our nephew, Mubashir, we'll assign him for now, and it's not great. Let's be honest, but you can't have somebody managing your money who, tried to kill you. I always feel that way. Like if I go to my bank and I say, or a financial advisor, and go, hey, can you manage my stock portfolio? It's awkward if they tried to kill me. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little awkward. All right, so we've got a new perk to unlock here. We can go with Kidnapper. Subduction scheme is enabled. And then prepared for anything. Hostile scheme success chance minus 25%. Hostile scheme success chance against your courtiers minus 10. Let's go with Kidnapper. That would be a nice one. We go down Schemer. We've got, looks like an internal war going on here. But I'm not overly concerned with. How are we looking right now? Ah, there we go. I have prowled through documents both ancient and of less certain provenance. I finally have enough material to make case, even, that you are the rightful lord of the Sheikhdom of Majorca. See it done. All right. So now, I'm actually going to go to our council, and let's see. We could do faith conversion. Where do we still need to convert some faith? Let's go over here. So now let's declare war, and might as well just take that, call it a day, and then we can always mop up the rest later. But yeah, let's have a little war, start building a little bit, because it's a little quiet. Right now we're at a little bit of a holding pattern. There are certain things we're waiting for, decisions we can make, and this gives us something to do. Concerned for my current war, my friend Abdul Wahab has paid out of his own treasury to aid my efforts. Okay, we lose stress and gain 75 gold. I appreciate that. I really, really do. But it wasn't necessary. We have got the money, but I guess we'll take whatever there is. And it looks like here is a landing party. We will go to this battle. That will be won. And they are landing now with their 2,200. Or maybe they are not. Let's see. We've got 4 months left in this siege. They're just kind of sitting there. We've got still this first army of Valencia sitting over here. Just hanging out and waiting to see what these guys do. Because I think we could do okay. Commander's been promoted. Yaya shall serve me well. And let's keep moving forward here. All right, just a few days left. The Hammadids are just sitting here. So we won the siege. We lost a few percentage points. And here comes the Hammadid army. That's okay. Win that battle. We'll win that battle. Bubonic plague. Uh-oh. Abdul Bakr has gotten the plague. And we're going to win this battle fairly comfortably. And the reason why, of course, there we go. Your forces took your foe, Emir Ali, hostage. And let's see. How much money can we get for this guy? 87. So tick on that. And enforce the demands as soon as we can. So wait for that to tick. Oh, they're still fighting. They're enforce the demands. So be it. Disband all our armies. And gain another 87 gold. Very, very nicely. And we have extended our holdings. New heir, the death of Prince Abu Bakr ibn Abad of the Abadid Sultanate. Your grandson Sheikh Fadl ibn Abu Bakr of Euclis is the new heir, outliving a child. Oh Allah. How could you do this to Abu Bakr? I have sinned, why do you not punish me instead? Oh God, he looks horrible. Got the plague. He was blameless, my perfect son. Life had so much in store for him. I do not deserve this, and boom, we are overwhelmed by stress. It's time for a mental break, due to the death of my son, who looks like crap there, by the way. What do we do? So we can take a little hashish. Hashisha, so stewardship goes down, learning goes down, stress loss minus 20%, and opinion of Shishia characters, plus 10. Then we could go to Manage Grief, Confider, Diplomacy plus 1. Or we can just go Frozen Grief, a Confider, I think, or Sultana. That's definitely the direction we need to go. I think it's also then time to host a feast to kind of unwind a little bit. Offer vassalage. I mean, we're where we need to be, but the distance from yours, their realm is distant from ours. We're right there, man. Like right next door. That really shouldn't be an issue. I mean, yes, we recently waged a war, blah, blah, blah. You know, no one's perfect. These things can happen. But now we've extended our reach a little bit here. Curious. So the Emirids are attacking. Attacking the Dunids. My mortal body, sultan or peasant, high or low, it does not matter. In the end, we are all mortals. I was reminded of this as I woke coughing in the early morning hours. A dull ache pounding through my head and throat. You seem to be under the weather, my lord. I know a fair number of suitable remedies. It's too late for caution. Save me. Ah, she did. A medical miracle. The pot which Wahida brought with her to my chambers emitted a strange buzzing sound. Before I could stop her, she threw it on the floor, where it exploded in a cloud of pottery shards and a swarm of furious bees. As my physician fled the room, I remained their only target. Strangely enough, I can no longer feel any symptoms. It's a miracle. I'm no longer sick. All right, so we've extended our reach here. We are now also exalted amongst men. So not quite a living legend, but we're slowly but surely getting there. So now, let's see, what's going on here? Savoy's in a war. How are we looking here with you guys? So the Holy War, we're still quite a ways off. Conquer the Duchy, we're still quite a ways off. Invade the kingdom, you know, here the issue is we just don't have the prestige to do it. But hopefully we can remedy that relatively soon. Look at our decisions. I can attempt suicide. So, you know, there's that option. Talk to a confidant. Confidant. All courtiers except the confidant lose 10 opinion. Or we can host a feast. Let's host a feast. So, increase vassals' opinion of you, and you lose 45 stress. Costs 140 gold, but we have the money. A cheery gathering. The guests are gathered in the great hall. Lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright, and the spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, my friends. The dilemma. The feast is dwindling down, and I find myself deep in conversation with my youthful daughter, Nyla. She inquires about my opinion on investment opportunities, a subject she's deeply interested in herself. It's a subject that fascinates me as well. I could not care less. I am more interested in you. An intimate relationship? No. Mutual spirits. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Emir Rashid. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects. And as things would have it, we seem to have a lot in common. I had such a good time with him. What a good evening. We are now friends with Emir Rashid II. All right, are we anywhere near any other decisions? As my guests depart, everyone headed for their respective homes. I am proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife, Wahida, to thank for much of its success, and I feel nothing but gratitude as she sees the last few guests off. Until next time, we gain 150 prestige and 20 opinion for 10 years. All right, that is a big deal for a few reasons. First, let's look here. We're 6 off. We are so close. We send him a gift. He gains 38 opinion. I already sent a gift. All right, well, we don't want to override that. So we'll just wait as we're swaying. But now, with 731 prestige, there are a few things we can do. We can look at Languedoc. We can declare war and conquer the Duchy. Nope, here we go. Conquer the Duchy of Languedoc. I'm completely butchering that, but, you know, so be it. I think this is the target. We are going to start our French invasion shortly. And if we take a look at their alliances, they are in a war right now with Aquitaine. And they have Toulouse and, of course, the Champagne on their side. But their forces are vastly inferior to ours. Since they're already at war with Aquitaine, this does give us a very good opportunity as I smack my desk. And we will declare war and start our French invasion. All right, so the first major siege has been won. Now we can move over here to Toulouse and take more. What I'm going to quickly do, though, is I'm going to move my rally point. We're going to move it to right here. And what I will do is we're going to go and see what mercenaries. We've got plenty of gold, so I'm not concerned about that. We can do the Mavali band, which of course has archers and camel riders. I mean, camel riders, come on. So you can see the winter effects are an issue, but other than that, desert, dry lands, oasis, floodplains, got negatives in hills, mountains, and so on. Or we can bring in the caballeros, 900 caballeros, just right here, or the Malawi band. I can't pronounce that, so we're gonna bring those guys in and raise our remaining forces, which isn't much. And we also should have allies coming in. Now, what we will also do is send these guys over to Toulouse to siege that capital. Abdul Rahman comes of age, so we need to find him a spouse, and they grow up fast. All right, hit the pause button there, so he can marry. So we can have him married to the Maghrebs, Algiers, Villa, Alicante. How are we looking for good inheritable traits? We've got her, and she is robust. 18, I don't mind that. I think that would make a suitable marriage. Do we attack them in the mountains? No, I think what we're going to do is move over this way. Marriage proposal, very nice. Looks like they're gathering a rather large army there. Here come our allies from the south. Comfort a friend. There are a few things I enjoy more than Emir Rashid's company. But our allies have arrived. And the good thing is they are dealing with their war to the north. That is definitely keeping them occupied. I don't quite know where those guys are heading. But we are now carpet sieging them, even-tempered. I was watching Farah play with other children when Sidre tried to push her. Farah took it all in stride and sat down to talk to Sidre instead. Farah knows to turn the other cheek when needed. She is forgiving. All right, very nice. As we continue to siege down here, obviously these guys have no siege weapons, but that's not really their job. It's more like the shock troop. Instead, I think what we can do is send them... Yeah, we'll just leave them where they are. Our siege of Toulouse will be coming to a close, to an end here very, very shortly. And then we could send those guys to the south. Servants and masters. Abdul Aziz, Emir Abdul Jalil's son. An heir is firmly in my grip. However, with the right strategy, I might raise my upper hand even further. Perhaps Abdul Aziz could be used to extend my influence over the emir. Here's how you'll be certain to uncover Abdul Jalil's secrets. You gain 100 intrigue lifestyle experience. You lose your househead hook on Abdul Jalil's. If Abdul Jalil has any secrets, 97% chance of secret fabricated. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, those guys are besieging down there. Servants and masters. Abdul Aziz could find no incriminating information. Okay, that's fine. We do have a new lifestyle. We're going to be prepared for anything. And now, let's see. That army, I'm going to send down here against them. Because I don't need them for that siege. I've got my own guys here for the siege. So I can send that mercenary army down south to try to crush that army, as they are obviously dealing with that internal, or not eternal war, the war with Aquitaine next door. All right, we've won that siege. Very nice. I think now we will move over here and siege down the next fort. Perfect. All right, so we got 4 months left on that. We have a battle down here, and that we will try to get closer in on. Where are you going? Where are my troops? Right over there. Get into that battle. See if we can... Yeah, I mean, now it's done. Did we capture anybody of note? Ah, no. Dang it. As we can see, the Houdids are besieging down Montpellier. And they're going to possibly stack wipe them. Either way, they're definitely going to win that little battle. And we are close to winning this one. The Houdids are now in Foix, sieging there. We're very, very close. Naila has given birth to another son. Very nice. And the weakness that has plagued my daughter since her birth has finally released. Shakira running around and playing with other children. She is no longer sickly. And we are about to win this next siege here in our invasion of France. There we go. Your culture has discovered bailiffs. Very nice. We have an empty council position as our marshal. We will assign Jafar. Perfect. All right. So now what we can do is send the larger force over here for this, and the smaller force to track them down and take them on, because I believe there is actually the head of the realm in that army leading it. Yes, it is the Duke himself. We can capture or kill him. We will end this war. And unfortunately, we have not. But that's okay. We're going to win this siege down here. There's a large force coming there. And we have won that battle as well. And now we will continue with the siege with just 26 days left. The Houdids are still going strong here in Foix. And we're going to win that battle. Could send those guys just right over here just to finish them off before that's over. And there you have it. Battle is done. We will enforce the demands. And so be it. Disband our military. We have won the siege before they could add any more allies. Of course, we are way above our realm limit, our domain limit now. And we do have a number of prisoners. We can leave the prison. I'll have to figure out. Nobody here can really be ransomed. Now we've got to split off some of these titles to our children. Princess. Right, he had kids, right? Yeah, he had a whole bunch of kids. Giat. Let's grant him a title. Let's give him that, and that title. There you go. So you got a whole bunch of titles, and there you have it. We have extended our reach into southern France with a very, very decisive war. The nice thing is now we are getting to the point where we can then, if we look at Toulouse, they're allied with just the Count of Man. So if we look here at declaring a war for them, and take a county, that's easy enough. The whole duchy, we're not quite there yet. I mean, not quite there yet. We still have a lot to go in terms of prestige. Aquitaine, keep doing that. Aquitaine, Here, Holy War, yeah, we're not there for the kingdom. We're still quite a ways away. But we can start the process to start chipping away at Aquitaine. But we've already taken Languedoc, and if I'm totally butchering that name, off the board, and we have extended into southern France. Now we share a border with the HRE, which does not make me happy, especially knowing that we do need to take HRE lands. If we look at the Battle of Tours, southern Francia. We will have to come to blows with the HRE eventually because we need this bit right in here. But other than that, Toulouse, we have County of Jaligny, and then of course Aquitaine, before we have all of southern France. But I believe we made the right strategic decision in going for southern France and just kind of letting these truces expire a little bit, letting things cool down here in Iberia, before then eventually, of course, we will go after Iberia. If we then look at, he is still converting the faith. We have quite a bit of Catholicism we still need to work on within our realm, but we're just going to take that bit by bit by bit. But I think this was a fantastic episode. We won a small war by taking Majorca, and then the major war by extending into southern France. And now we're at a power position where we can start teeing up Toulouse and then Aquitaine after that, before handling Castile and Navarra. How are we looking here in terms of vassalage? -8. I mean, we're close. We are so close to getting him that he will become a vassal. And then, my friends, we are so incredibly close to doing everything here. Yes, we have low county control in Foix that we need to deal with, and other titles that can be created. A lot of kingdom titles, but I'm not really interested in any of those, and we just don't have the money right now. So we need to rebuild our economy a little bit and gain a little bit of cool down time before we continue our expansion into southern France. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. You don't want to miss any Crusader Kings 3 content. Until next time, I'm Realm Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon.